Yeah, it is.
Hey everyone. I'm Glimo. I'm the keeper of the chronicles for this Call of Cthulhu Mask of Nyarlathotep campaign on Roll20 and streaming to Twitch and YouTube. Welcome to session 21. Here we are again in London, or at least the outskirts. I hope everyone had a great couple weeks. I finished up my Battletech appearances on AP Gaming Reels channel. Check out youtube.com/apgamingreel for the VOD. It was a lot of fun playing Harbinger. This is probably the end of his story arc, but who knows? Other than that, just been working way too much. How's everyone else doing? Let's go around. Sean, what's going on in your world?
Not much. Just getting over a little illness. Been doing a lot of fiction reading recently. I just finished the 2 books that new TV show Rook is based on.
Okay.
I have to say I prefer the books, but that's pretty much normal.
Very cool. I forgot to arrange everyone's cameras. Can everyone but that was the one thing I forgot to do. Everyone but Sean, shut your camera off. Okay, now George, Bill, and Carl. There we go. Now everyone's in the right place. Okay, George, what's going on in your world?
Oh, it's kind of the same old, same old. I got my license renewed yesterday over at AAA, which I didn't realize you could do until somebody told me. And it was way easier than going to the RMV, which is just horrible.
Yup.
And so between that and what was it, like 6 weeks ago, I was pulling my car out and the tailpipe suddenly dropped off.
That's no good.
Yeah, so AAA was able to help out with that. So AAA has already paid for itself this year. That was pretty cool.
Other good thing to know about AAA, should you ever find yourself with a completely not only like dead battery, but like needs to be replaced battery, they will deliver a battery to your car for honestly cheaper than you can buy one at Pep Boys.
Oh, that's interesting.
Should that ever become relevant, it's a good thing to know.
Yep, I've used that service twice.
Knockwood only once for me, but oh man, was that very useful.
Yeah, it was once for me, once for Michelle. They do the whole thing. Do you want the 3-year warranty, the 5-year warranty, or the 7-year warranty? So it's pretty much the same thing as getting one at Sears Die Hard. Gold, platinum, and super platinum.
Yep.
And for the Canadians, the CAA is the equivalent and good.
Now, if only I could get them to sponsor this channel. Bill, what's going on in your world?
So yeah, I too getting over something. I had some kind of crud last gaming session that just knocked me out for a couple of days. I just wanted nothing but sleep. And once I've got through that, it's back to my normal self and working my 40-hour weeks and camping on the weekends.
Nice. Carl, how's things? You're muted, Carl.
In
No,
that
you're
case,
not. There we
okay. Yeah, I got some TPS reports to do tonight still, so let me do that while I'm doing this. So if you're wondering what I'm looking at over here, I'm trying to move files from one computer over to my main computer.
Oh boy.
Otherwise, just winding down summer. Kids go back to school next week.
Oh my gosh.
And still looking for jobs, so working on that.
Yeah, we should team up on that
Uh,
front one of these days.
Hold on a second. Now, actually, Rita wants me, so I'm gonna have to.
All right.
I'm not sure what she needs. Hold on a second. Yeah.
I just re-upped for 3 more years.
Nice. Congratulations.
So there's that not to worry about.
It's been a weird week for me as far as my clients go, but we'll see what happens. We'll roll the dice. So anyway, we'll tap dance for a quick second to see if we get Carl back, so I don't have to do the intro twice. Well, I guess while we're waiting for Carl, who remembers last session? I know Bill doesn't.
I'll tell you that the whatever I also had some really good, vivid dreams. So I might have been in sync with my character. There was some lucid dreaming going on.
Nice.
If I remember correctly, let's see, we spread some tales around town, prepared to get out of Dodge, got attacked by something horrible, then we got out of Dodge.
That's the short version.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, everyone got attacked by some weird foggy tentacle monster while you were away, Bill. So, that could definitely be a NyQuil-induced dream. I think I've had that one before. Okay, so it is Tuesday, February 10th, 1925. You are slipping out of London as Gavigan boards a train to Derby. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me how this is all gonna work.
I totally forgot that was a thing.
All
I have to read up on my own stuff here.
Yes,
Well,
you
we have
got
a
some
car.
money. You decided to get the hell out of Dodge, and you decided you were gonna go up to Misr House and see what you could find up there. At least that's
Was
what you
that-
told me at the end of last session. If you want to take a mulligan, we can do something else instead, and I'll just burn these sheets. But
Was that before or after we were attacked by the cloud thing?
after the fog monster from Lost.
I've never seen Lost.
Then
I just assumed it was your original creation then.
It's not really the fog monster from Lost, but it sounded good in my head. So after
It's
the
on the island or off the island or on the island.
after the fog, the weird fog tentacle attack, you all decided, screw London, we're getting out of here, and decided Misr House was the place to be. So, and as you were picking up the money before you could go, George saw Gavigan boarding a train to Derby.
Oh yeah.
It was
So we were gonna-
unclear whether he fell for your ruse or he had his own business up there. But you decided you were not sticking around to find out, and we're gonna beat feet up towards Chelmsford.
Okay, and I believe some kind of stakeouty thing was supposed to happen.
I think you decided not to do that.
Oh, we did not do that. Okay, all right. Maybe someone who knows what's going on can tell me then.
I mean, you talked about doing a stakeout, but then you decided, nope, screw the stakeout, we're out of here.
Yeah, we had talked about the stakeout and we talked about a lot of things, but then we got attacked by the monster, and then we decided to leave town after getting the money. So we're on our way to get into more hijinks.
Exactly. With the one little stipulation that you don't really know where Misr House is. So you were going to go up to the county seat in Chelmsford and see what you could find out. What's the current plan? Since that was last week's plan, what's this week's plan?
I'm in favor of continuing unless anybody else has any bright ideas.
Yeah, we have a car, right? I thought we were just
Yep.
going to get in the car and drive over there.
Sounds good. Okay. It is a 3-hour drive out to Chelmsford. You managed to spend that time without incidents. And you arrive in Chelmsford. It's about 3 in the afternoon. What are you doing?
Wasn't the plan to go to the register of deeds and see if we could find Misr House that way?
Yes. That was
Old-fashioned
one of the
library
plans that you
research.
mentioned to me.
We do that.
Okay. I am going to need a library use roll. Fail, fail, fail. Oh,
What
awesome.
a
You're off to a
we set the
We
great
token.
got one more
start.
PC, right? Like, who hasn't rolled?
Well, we got 2.
Come on, Alistair, bring it home.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the character sheet. Come on. Nope, doesn't want to scroll for me either. Come on. Not a good son.
Holy.
Wow, 98.
Telling you, it wasn't a good sign when I couldn't scroll to library use.
It's worth my while maybe just paying some luck because that's like 6 and I'd make it.
Okay.
Yeah, we could do that, or maybe we could, if that doesn't work, we could bribe the registrar.
All right, so 6 luck to make my roll.
Okay.
I'll pay up.
Here's what you find out while you're in Chelmsford. I think you already knew this, but in Arabic, Misr means Egypt. The land and the mansion were formerly owned by an enthusiastic Egyptologist and occultist named Neville Lloyd Price. It is rumored that Lloyd Price went broke and was forced to sell the property and the land on which it stood. Neville Lloyd Price has not been seen for 9 years and has effectively disappeared from London society. Rumors suggest that he took to the bottle when he lost everything. Uh, you believe that the mansion house previously was called Longview, and that it was built in the 16th century during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I, and features a secret room used to hide Catholic priests during Elizabeth's religious purges.
Oh, priest hole.
The land, covering 6,000 acres, transferred to Edward Gavigan in 1915. He owns much of the surrounding land, which is let to a small number of farmers. And you've got a general idea now of how to get there. It's on an island in the Naze, about 7 miles southwest of Harwich, in the midst of the marches at the edge of the North Sea. The Naze is a peninsula densely forested with swampy marshes and small islands stretching out into the sea. So you've got a couple of different ways that you think that you can get there. You have a general idea of where this is, but it is a 6,000 acre estate on an island, so and you don't really have GPS. But this is what you think that you could probably get there by car. It appears that there would be a stone bridge joining it to the mainland. You also think that you could probably, if you didn't want to drive up there, that you could pull off a ways away and trod through the marsh to get over to there. Or you could probably get there by boat. If you rented a boat from the mainland, you could probably circumvent around the Naze and come in on solid ground on the estate. That is what you can figure out from the deeds and maps that are on file.
Well, we got like 2 or 3 weeks before the thing, right? So why don't we just start casing the neighborhood?
We could try to go through each alternative and see how hard it is.
Okay.
I mean,
Sort
if
of
it's
kidding.
single bridge, that's kind of a severe bottleneck. That's probably watched.
But a perfect place for explosives.
Exactly. Well, yeah. If you want to keep something from getting off, we can could absolutely take that out. Then again, we're not exactly Navy SEALs making a water landing at Tripoli.
Frogmen.
That's right. Big bad frogmen. Yeah, I think like maybe
So
stake out the bridge, see what we can gather for intelligence might be a good thing to do.
yeah, I was gonna say we could either just go through it, go for it, or if we want to spend time observing.
Tell me what you'd like to do.
I'm ready to just like Leroy Jenkins right across that bridge. Go get him.
I'd be down for that. That's what I want to do last session. We delayed and we just almost got killed by more monstrosities. I mean, we could spend like a day or two or something to see if we see anything. Like maybe like on the week of the cosmic alignment. I forgot what it's called.
New moon.
Yes. So
Could we
cosmic.
try spot
So
hidden roles,
aligned.
see if we're being observed or followed?
Absolutely. Hard success. Okay. You do not believe that you are being followed.
Yeah, we're probably just being like observed by a scurry spell or something. Well, I think we should at least get closer to Misr House. Maybe we can see whether or not it's occupied or not, and who's just generally around that area.
Okay.
We get delivery men suits and just go right up to the front and delivery for
John Doe. No, John Smith.
Well, I know swatting hasn't been invented yet, but why not? Can that not be a thing still, like 1920 style?
What's the thought here, guys? Are you gonna try the direct route? Or are you gonna what are we doing?
I do not favor the direct route, and I'll just go on record saying that. I think we should be sneaky, use some reconnaissance, take a look and see what the lay of the land is first.
Yeah, we should, spend a day or two just seeing who goes onto the 6,000 acre property, right? Or if someone goes on, and if so, how many people there are and what they look like. Maybe we can like follow them back and you know, capture them while they're with a prostitute or something.
get some dirt on them. As we cross the bridge, Sergeant Holcomb rolls off the back of the RV and goes commando.
So is that your plan, to find a place in the woods near the bridge and just stake it out?
Count cars and what kind of vehicles, that kind of thing.
Yeah, let's buy some like supplies, food and whatever. Uh, is there an outdoorsy store here where we can get sleeping bags?
Sure. So by the time you get your sleeping bags and your MREs or whatever passes for MREs in 25, camp stove,
We could probably get a
tinned
couple
beef.
tents.
Living the hobo lifestyle.
So it's
Yeah.
about 5 o'clock
Yeah.
on Tuesday night. Are you planning to do the stakeout tonight, or are you gonna wait until tomorrow?
I'm gonna get some binoculars either way.
Okay, you get some binoculars.
We
Ooh.
should get a tarp too, in case it rains.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask again. Are you staking the place out tonight, or are you doing something else tonight and gonna come back and start staking it out in the morning?
I'd say we'd start tonight. We've got all the supplies.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess if we're on the
Let's
move,
do it.
if we're on the move, there's less chance of a tentacle rape.
So
That's a very big assumption.
Well, we'll be in a car, right? So we can just kind of,
Keep
try to
driving.
drive away.
I don't know. Those things seem to come from anywhere every time I see those anime. It's just like,
what's the plan as far as who's staying up? Are you gonna do one person watching, two people watching? How long are you how long are you going on shifts before you switch people off? Tell me how you're getting this done.
What's the date?
It is
We just declare standard
Tuesday,
D&D style.
February 10th at around 5 p.m.
So how long is it between sunset and sunrise, approximately?
Not long.
We got like 5 PCs, right?
So the sun is going down now.
How close did we get to the house? Are we just in the middle of nowhere?
You tell me.
I'm looking at a Google Maps, so I don't know.
we're probably in the closest tree-lined area to the bridge onto the island. I don't think we're crossing the bridge yet.
Oh, does the estate go on to the mainland, or is it just the island?
It is just the island. He owns some land on the mainland, but the actual Misr House estate is on the island.
Okay, yeah. So why don't we turn off before the bridge and try to find a place that's like a reverse slope, so we would have visibility on anyone approaching the road either way, but they would have a very hard time seeing us. Could I make a survival roll to see if we could find like
You survive.
a suitable camping place?
Absolutely. No, it's there's
Can I spend
too
3
much.
points of luck?
Yes, you can.
All right, I do that.
Okay, you're able to find a place that's off the road enough that you think you can hide the car in there. Um, Now keep in mind it is February in London. It's going to get pretty cold tonight. Are you just camping in the car in sleeping bags? Are you gonna build a campsite and campfire? How's this gonna work?
I thought we got a couple tents.
Okay, are you doing cold camp or are you lighting a fire?
I think we should try to cold camp. If we have a fire, it'll be way easier for other people to see us.
If only one of our players had done a lot of camping.
Yeah, you're talking camping with a queen size bed, kitchen, or toilet.
It's the RV camp.
There's 2 TVs in the.
It's true that he does have Wi-Fi. That should have been the first giveaway.
Oh,
It's a family campground. Like I said, I've got 2 TVs, Wi-Fi, kitchen.
Dude, they're putting in Wi-Fi here in Canadian national parks. Okay,
Yeah.
What do you expect?
All right, so we get an RV, and we just do that.
Mini Winnie.
I mean,
Winnebago. Or as they call them in London, caravans.
So it's not warm.
okay.
It's hovering, slightly above freezing. The days are 6 degrees Celsius, 45-ish Fahrenheit. There's a lot of fog. A lot of fog.
This is just the first night, or are you just like recapping a week in general?
This is as you were driving in and the first,
What?
and as you're starting to set up camp.
All right, whose brilliant idea was this?
So, just saying. It's gonna be a little nippy if you're doing cold camp.
I suppose the fire could also be used as a weapon. I don't know. I guess
Really good against Frankensteins, I hear.
who and the fog thing, right? Isn't that? I don't know. Should we just see how far we get with this?
I just watched a documentary on Shackleton. I think that we'll not die.
Yes, if we are camped here for more than 18 months, we will leave.
Okay. So you have cold camp the first night in your sleeping bags and tarp.
Why are we doing this?
Who's doing watches and how frequently are you guys switching off?
I mean, I don't care. Should we just go like whoever you see in the video order for like 2 hours apiece or
Sure.
something?
That works. Okay.
Unless
right.
someone has a big preference of when you prefer to get screwed by horrors.
The old D&D style,
Yeah.
counterclockwise around the table.
That's what I said.
Okay. First night, nothing happens. You spend a lot of time kind of saying, "Huh, there's a bunch of fog here. Wonder if there's anything in that fog. Wonder if there's anything come." But like, no one comes anywhere near the road.
So we can't see the house from here, right?
No.
Well, that's not satisfying at all.
Yeah, but has there been any activity coming or going
No.
that we've been able to tell?
No.
They're coming in by submarine. It's entirely possible that nothing at all will happen until like the night before.
So it's Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning.
How far is the nearest town?
Go see a movie.
So town, you've got
boring.
Walton on Naze. 5 minutes up the road. As far as major cities, Harwich is about 30 miles away. Dunwich is about 60 miles away.
Oh, let's go to Dunwich.
We can hang out with Wilbur Whately.
All right, I don't know. How long do you guys want to keep doing this?
I think if there's a nearby village, we might be able to talk with some town folk and see what they know about the island. Strange going on that island.
We should be careful though, because some of them are probably cultists.
We should split up. No, I'm serious.
That's a terrible idea.
We're still alive and we've done it many times so far. Except for that horrible Peru incident, but that wasn't our fault.
He's gonna sneak up behind each one of them and like tickle to see if they've got gills. Any gills on this guy?
All right,
So,
let's go to town.
if Walton on the Naze is the closest town, is the next town beyond that Frinton on Sea?
Possibly.
Because maybe we should go there and
Clacton on Sea is
okay. The Clacton on Sea looks much bigger than Frinton on the Sea. But I think we should not go to Walton on the Naze quite yet. We have some time. We should get some whatchamacallit, some like fishing line or something like that, and some tins or bottles, and string it up around our campsite. So if something approaches within, like, say, 50 yards, that will, cause the tins to rattle.
Clever. Unless they're using the trees. So if I don't know what you're looking at as far as maps go, but like if we got a boat and we just like rode around the place, like would we be able to see anything?
You might.
Like in one of these days.
Yeah, why don't we go to
Why
like
don't I do that?
Clacton
Like
on
during the
Sea
daytime or something, or
and get a horse.
Okay.
like do people actually fish here? Your fishing my idea was kind of interesting because we just pretend to fish for.
Yeah, I mean there are plenty of rowboats that you could rent to go out on a little day fishing trip.
All right, I do that on Wednesday.
Okay. Is anybody going with Jesse, or is he on his own?
I'll go with him. Can I bring my rifle and shotgun, or is that too conspicuous?
I'll say you can bring it.
I bring beer.
It's for fishing purposes.
And trucker cabs.
In case the sharks get up and
We need some dynamite too. That's legit fishing.
we may need a bigger boat. It all depends.
I'll go on a boat.
Party boat. Woo.
Oh yeah, I guess if everyone's going, we should also bring a case of beer.
I said that. That was like the second thing I said. Bring a boat and I'm buying beer.
That sounds like a good idea.
It's a time-honored tradition.
Okay.
We're going boating.
Okay.
3-hour tour.
I'm on a boat, mother. Look at me. I'm on the.
I am gonna need someone to make a navigate roll.
You're so friggin' needy.
I know.
Didn't we hire a ship captain or whatever?
I navigate that bastard.
Holy shit, yeah you do. Okay. Jesse obviously this is not his first time on a boat.
Nope.
And
Plenty of boating in Texas.
And after 2 beers, he is just like, I got this.
I also make a chart of the coastline in surprising detail.
And sure as shit, he's got this. And
like, give me that sextant.
I'm like, yeah, I'm doing like I'm navigating by like the stars and stuff.
So
all you need is a map and a stopwatch.
You make it to the back of the island. You see that there's a boat launch, and you think that you could either pull in at the launch, or that there'd be another put in a little ways up if you wanted to kind of go stealthily. You'd probably have to go through some kind of boggy area, but that you could do that.
Jesse should use his binoculars to see if he can see anyone on the premises.
Yeah, I just assumed that we were observing stuff, but if you want me to make rolls or...
No, you did. I'm gonna say you don't need a roll for this. So the house is big. It's a 3-story mansion. It's fairly imposing. There is a small outbuilding in the rear, which you're approaching from the rear, so you can see it. It is the only building on the island.
Is it like surrounded by like any like vegetation or woods
Yes.
or hills?
Yeah, no, there's a good amount of woods on the island that help keep it looking fairly private.
So
You
is it,
think
like,
that the
midday or
ravages of
something?
time and weather have not been especially kind to the building. Ivy crawls up the eastern facade. And with your binoculars, you can definitely see that there's people moving around inside the house.
Wait, is it like midday or something right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So the house is occupied.
How many people do you see approximately?
How many people do I see?
Hard to tell from this distance. You know, it's hard to tell individual people, but you would guess more than 5, but you don't really know.
How far away am I from the house?
So you're still out. You know, you haven't put in yet. So, you know, you're still a good 50 yards from the island, and then another, 150 yards to the house.
If I took my time, would I be able to like see any details about these folks? Like, do they look like housekeepers or?
Sure. I'll need a spot hidden.
All right.
Okay, hard success. Yeah, so you definitely
keen vision.
see some, what you assume are house servants, valets, butlers, maids, groundskeepers, cooks, and they seem to be, going about the day-to-day upkeep of this very large mansion. And with a hard success, you'd guess that there's about 10 of them.
Okay. Anyone on the? So no one else. Is there anyone actually on the grounds by the jetty or launch or whatever?
Not right now. There are some groundskeepers that have been kind of, going around and moving some snow out of the way, and generally making sure that the paths are all clear. But right now there's no one at the launch.
All right. Who feels like going on land, or is that generally a bad idea?
I'm good to go exploring. I don't think it's bad yet.
We'll
Sure.
continue my bid to use the men's room at every map location in this game.
Excellent.
Pardon me, we was just fishing,
We got so
Good
much
to have
beer.
goals.
and I don't want to just go in the water.
That's right. That would be ecologically unsound. Bathroom and jails. All right,
Wouldn't that be
all right. So if everyone's down for it on our second or third beer, we're gonna like pull up to the whatever, like the dock or whatever, and what you said there was an outbuilding. Is that closer to the water than like between the water and the building, right?
Yes.
Fascinating. All right. If anyone says anything, we'll just say we thought that was an outhouse. So I'm gonna do that.
Looks like the window looks like a moon.
That could be. That's an easy mistake to make.
All right. Give me just 1 second, guys. I'm just getting this map ready.
Oh, maps. We triggered the action map.
Okay.
Sorry, say again.
There's a map location. That means there's combat.
I'm pretty sure there was bound to be a map for Misr House. Ooh. Wait, is that the mansion?
So this is the ground floor of the mansion as you're kind of skulking about.
We weren't gonna go all the way out to the mansion, were we?
I thought we were going to the outhouse to go to the bathroom.
That was kind of my assumption. But maybe they're on the same map.
I don't actually have a map of the outbuilding.
We'll settle for just knowing what it is then.
Yeah, we're not supposed to be fighting in the boathouse.
So the outbuilding appears to just be servants' quarters and overflow storage, you would guess.
Good old fashioned bond.
All right, how far inland do we want to go on this excursion?
It's not exactly like we're strangers to Gavigan at this point.
But he doesn't know we're here.
Yeah, presumably he doesn't know we're here, right?
Presumably.
Our famous last words will be presumably.
Mr. Livingston, I presume.
Well, I don't know. We wanted to check the place out. We could continue checking the place out or just, well, not.
Did anyone, was there any activity when we went to the outhouse? I mean, outbuilding or whatever it is from the main building or the grounds?
You have not been seen yet. Or at least you believe you have not been seen yet.
Stealth.
They're going to notice the boat sooner or later, right?
Yeah, I mean, we could always do like the wacky tourists from America thing. Oh, it's not allowed because, like, in America, you can do this kind of thing.
I think this is the house my grandparents grew up in before they came to the U.S. Mind if we take a look around inside?
Oh, I love what you've done with the place.
I've only heard stories. This seems much bigger than the stories.
You got any food? All right. Well, no, seriously. Do you guys want to keep?
We were over in Wales and they had this cheese sauce that was just
um.
Well, we now know that there are at least there are people who are at the house, right? So if we observe the road, presumably someone's eventually going to leave the house, and we can kind of follow them, right? And
What would we learn from that?
well, then there would be, instead of 10 people, there would be maybe like one or two, and then maybe we could interrogate them or something. I just feel like if we go up to the house, we blow a lot of stuff, and if stuff gets real, numbers are not on our side.
Have they ever been on our side?
Well, if they question us, just say, we're catering that thing, on the new moon night, we're the caterers. We're just checking the place out. We're going to set up our,
Where's?
yeah, we're going to figure out where we can light the sterno if there's power nearby. The thing, nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
So I was with Bill. I was like, let's just
Let's give
fast
Eddie's
forward.
around. Hey,
And if you guys want to more elaborate mechanisms,
if we get caught, is Edward around? Haven't boy since prep school.
that's a thing.
Well, yes, he is, but we don't want to see him. We just want to.
Just wanted to know.
Well, nobody's
Um,
here. Believe it.
are there any other features worth exploring other than barging into the mansion? I guess.
On the island, no.
Okay.
I think we're gonna end up in the house.
Damn it. That's-
Start peeking in windows.
All right.
Wait, so there's nobody in the outbuilding. It's empty.
The servants are all in the main building.
Correct.
Is there a rear entrance to the mansion?
You don't see one. You see you only see the main entrance.
Well, that's not fire code. Do we see any other entrances besides the main entrance?
There's probably secret entrance in and out.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I mean, there's some vines on the east side of the house.
Climb the vines. If we were to climb the vines, where would that take us?
You would guess that you might be able to get up to the second floor, and maybe
Do a little burglary.
push in a window or something, but there's a lot of iffiness there. So yeah, the main entrance is here.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything while we're here?
Yeah, let's go in the house.
Say again.
Let's go in the house.
I didn't see that one coming. He is
Go in
getting
the
more
house.
insane.
How are you going in?
Wait, you were really just walking in the house?
I don't know. I mean, what are we gonna find out outside?
It's a good point. Although I still suggest that we shouldn't all go in. Although I suppose if they knew one of us was here, they probably knew the rest of us was here. Who's the most respectable looking?
Who has the highest credit rating?
Tark.
That wouldn't be me.
No, Tark's credit rating is shit.
So is mine, which I don't understand how I did that and still being a museum curator, but yeah, I kind of did.
I'm 40. Anybody beat that?
Don't you have some like museum business with this guy?
Could try that card.
My credit rating, I think, is 10. How do you even find
Yeah,
out?
mine's 20.
Oh, 10. Yeah, no, I suck.
So let me just make sure I understand what's really happening.
Alistair's going in.
You guys have snuck onto the hidden fortress of the head of this cult, and you're gonna knock on the door. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
great.
It doesn't sound
Just
that great.
making sure so that I
It's good times.
Hello, is Edward here?
yeah. Where's my This'll be fun.
Oh, we can check for secret doors.
There's definitely going to be secret doors.
Yeah, the bulkhead entry into the secret dungeon.
Okay. Just gonna need a couple pieces of paper that I haven't used in a few weeks. Okay.
How far is the outbuilding from the main building?
It's directly
Far?
connected to it.
Oh, all right. Wait, so we walked up to the outbuilding and nobody from the main house noticed us?
No, because you came up from behind, from the docks, and
It came from behind.
peeked in the windows, and there was no one in it.
So at the main house, there's just the front door. And there's the wall with ivy.
And a bunch of windows.
About
Yep.
to- try to find some employee and steal their uniforms.
You raise an interesting point. Is that a thing? Are there uniforms in the outbuilding?
They were not.
Damn it. Is it reasonable for us to just buy some?
Actually, you know what? Make a luck roll. I'll give you this chance.
Who are you talking to?
I don't care.
Get the better luck.
Whoever one of you wanted to see if there was uniforms. I mean, you didn't actually go inside. You just peered in the windows and didn't see anybody.
Oh, well, crap. I just assumed we were going inside. Because you didn't have a map, so I just assumed, well, it was a location of no particular value.
Yeah, I mean, you just, peered inside. It looked like there was, overflow storage and
Storage.
some like overflow servants' quarters that hadn't been used in a while.
Here's a ballsy move. We could camp here.
You camp in the outbuilding.
The call is coming from the outbuilding. Okay. Is it unlocked? I'm gonna try the lock. I'm gonna try the door.
It is not unlocked. It is locked.
Oh, it is locked, so we
It
can't
is
get in.
locked.
Well, that puts the kibosh on that. Wait, what was I supposed to roll luck for then?
I don't know. Never mind. Forget the lock.
Forget the lock?
Forget the lock.
What do you say we just
Forget
set
the luck
fire
or the
and
lock?
Luck.
Damn it.
set the outbuilding on fire and then watch the commotion from the woods. I mean, we tend to burn things down.
We're just gonna. Well, we should just leave some graffiti. We're coming to get you.
Inverted ankhs with spiky weapon things around it.
What's the plan, guys? Guys,
Well, is there a plan, guy? I mean, you're just gonna walk up. I think is a really stupid idea. I think we should take more time, figure out how many people are around here in the building, and see what type of security, if they let loose dogs or anything like that at night.
Yeah, I don't like the knocking on the door.
I think whatever we learned here is gonna be totally different, like the night before. So I'm down with. I mean, whatever. I'm down with whatever we think we can learn, but I'm not sure that half of it's gonna be terribly relevant.
Where we hang out under the cover of the outbuilding and see if the staff leaves at the end of the day and leaves the place unoccupied, or what
We could
kind
do
of
that on the boat too if we wanted to.
Yeah. If it's actually abandoned overnight, nobody's really staying there, then it'd be easier to check it out. Or if they all go and sleep in the outbuilding, we can chain it closed and go head into the main house.
An interesting idea.
Just reduce the numbers. Cost myself some more sanity and contact the Ancient One.
Oh yeah, have you like learned any spells yet? What's up with that?
Yeah, I've got a couple spells.
All right. You should tentacle rape some of these people. We need some
Oh,
payback.
do you know that one?
I've got Contact the Winged One and Contact the Mind of the Observer.
Yeah, the second one.
An alien citizen of the City of the Great Race.
I mean, nothing can go wrong with that.
And I have a book that I could learn the Create Simba spell, but I haven't done a study on that one yet.
I don't really want to know about any of these things, but out of curiosity, how long does it take to cast something?
depends on the spell.
How about the spells that he knows?
I would have to look it up.
Yeah, all I've got is sacrifice 5 POW and then have half of the remaining POW chance to contact.
You know from reading the book that you're not in the right part of the world to be able to cast it for either one of those spells to do anything.
Yeah, I'd have to sacrifice 5 POW, and then it's a 50-50 because I got 55. And then, yeah, I'm sure there's some sanity loss.
Let's see if you can get your character down below like 20 for all attribute scores by the end of the game.
Yeah, those were other. That
I don't
was the
think I've ever,
optic manuscripts. So
I
that's,
don't think I've ever been in a COC game where someone cast a spell.
It's never a good thing.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
but that's precisely why it's so damn entertaining.
Casting time is 1d6 plus 4 rounds for
Oh,
those
that's actually
2
not too bad.
spells that Alistair knows.
yeah.
Um,
I do have that book that he really, really wants too.
Oh. But he already knows you have it, doesn't
No, he thinks
doesn't
that it's back in New York, and I know of it. And then there was he was talking about possibly purchasing it. I said I'd have to get in touch with my trustees and things.
he? All right.
So yeah, you want to hang out until dark and see if the place gets less crowded?
Okay.
Light a bag of duty and leave it on the porch.
It's all good.
so you're going to hang out on the island, hoping not to be seen for the next 5 hours?
We go into the woods or something. I mean, we got to find some cover somewhere, or go back on the boat and
Leaving your boat on the dock.
we go
No,
back
if we go on the boat, then we're on the boat. But I mean, we'll probably be seen on the. I mean, we don't care. I mean, we're definitely going to be seen on the boat at some point. You're just sitting in the middle of the water, right? So it's kind of like, do you want to be seen on land or do you want to be seen on
I don't want
water?
to be seen at all.
Or if you don't want to see it at all, we could stealth it.
Yeah.
Or attempt to stealth it. Who's got survival? Is it
Nope.
stealth or survival? I don't know. I got better stealth.
I have pretty good survival, though I did
I
fail
mean,
the last roll.
it was already established there were plenty of like woods and stuff around the house. Like unless people are actively looking for us.
Just pointing out, your boat is parked on their boat dock, and you're going to leave it there for 5 hours.
It's all good.
Okay. Awesome. I'm going to say let's take our break, because it's 9:30. And
Holy crap.
and then we'll figure out what the consequences of that are when you all come back.
As long as it's entertaining.
Yeah. Let's try to be back here by it's 9:26 now, so let's try to be back here by in 10 minutes, so like 9:35, 9:36 ish.
Okay.
And enjoy the break music, those of you watching live.